Dools!
Has.
John Wick 5 is officially happening. Rocksteady Suicide Squad is real and PlayStation 5's lackluster state of play. All that and more, but Dools, just roll it! Intro! Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the More Cops on Duty podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Harry. With me, of course.
Witnessing a stroke in the making.
It's the Bill to my Ted, Edward Dools Dooley. Dools, how you doing?
Yeah, has. Good, mate. Good. Can't complain, just hanging in there. Hanging by a thread. But
Nice.
Good. To answer your question. And yourself.
Good, it's brisk. It's brisk. The cold front has come through.
It's a little nippy. Did they call it nippy because your fucking nipples get rock hard? Is that why it's called nippy?
I'm pretty sure that's why. Yeah,
because they're fucking... let me tell you right now, they're torqued. They're fully torqued. My nips.
They're ripping through your shirt.
Oh, dude, it's just...
I did something a bit dumb. Went up to the pub yesterday, and it was actually quite warm when I walked up there. And I left my bedroom window open. And as you know, Dools, yesterday it turned into a bloody hurricane, and got home and half my doona was soaked.
Fuck.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
But we
Mate,
went to a movie
that could have been
last
much
night.
worse though. That could have fucked up the electricals. Could have caused an electrical fire.
It could have.
Goodness
It didn't.
gracious.
It didn't. I could have lost my Ghost of Tsushima Platinum Trophy, but I didn't, Dools. I didn't.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I just had to hang it up and go to the movies with you. And luckily, by the time I got home, it was all dry.
So your the old roomie didn't hear the ruckus?
He was out. He was also out.
Okay.
Because that happened. I closed my window, and I being a good mate, a good roommate, I went and checked both the living room and his room. He wasn't an idiot. He'd closed all his windows. He listened to the weatherman that morning.
As I gotta say, I'm struggling to sympathise because to leave your window wide open on a day that was clearly going to rain, it's like, I mean,
it was warm. The sun was out.
But mate, this is Sydney we're talking about. You got to learn by now.
Yeah, it's no one's fault but my own. I take full
That's correct.
full responsibility, Dools. For talking about full responsibility, Dools. Let's say that an average Joe stumbles upon the podcast More Cops on Duty on Spotify and has no idea what it is. How would you describe it to him?
Jesus, how would I? When we're not giving you the daily weather report, where we're taking you through the latest and greatest in all films, TV, and games, and we do that every Wednesday, I should say. Well, you're going to post this on Wednesday still, I imagine. We're actually recording a day early today. Every Wednesday and Friday, sometimes Friday. So we will give you a review episode this Friday. We'll give you a sneak preview right now. We're going to review Ghost of Tsushima, the latest PlayStation exclusive. The PlayStation 4's Swan Song has. We both love it, but we'll get into that. And then next week we plan to review a particular trilogy, which we are reliving in cinemas at the moment. So that's More Cops and Duty podcast has. We're on all the socials and all your relevant podcast networks. Find us.
You did perfectly, Dools. Couldn't fault you then. I could have faulted you numerous times before, but
I feel like 99.9% of the time you can detect a fault, but nothing today.
nothing.
Okay.
The word I would use, faultless.
Oh,
You're welcome.
I'll take it, Has.
You're welcome. Dools, we like to start each and every show. What we've been watching, what we've been playing in the past week. Do you want to start or shall I?
Let's mix it up, Has. I want to hear from you first.
Dools! So as you did say, we both finished Ghost of Tsushima. I'd finished it by the time we recorded last week, but I've got the Platinum Trophy on PlayStation, of course, so we'll be able to go full in depth. I believe you also have it, so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to go full in depth, full spoiler cast this Friday. Pretty excited to hear your thoughts on that. It's a great game, but in terms of how great, you'll find out this Friday. We went back, Dools, finished Far Cry 3. The classic edition on PS4. It's great game. The story is so much fun. Going because I about half I was about 50% through it, and then I went to Ghost of Tsushima because that came out. Fuck, going from Ghost to Far Cry 3, it's tough. It is tough.
Yeah, although it's funny because you've come full circle in a way, because I mean Ghost would owe a fair bit of its design and kind of its open world design to Far Cry 3, which I think kind of revolutionized the open world genre when it came out. It kind of introduced just a bunch of different mechanics and conventions that open world games still borrow today.
Yeah. 100%. But I'm about 92% towards that platinum. Got 3 trophies left. So I'll get that in the next couple of days, I believe. Depends how much I can play in the next couple of days. Started my Bill and Ted rewatch. Watched the first one. I've got it on DVD if you want to borrow it, by the way, Dools. I might just lend it to you tomorrow night. Fucking brilliant movie. The movie's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm keen to see the third one, so I'll surely have to watch for the first time the first 2.
Oh, dude, they're so much fun. They go back to the frontier western days and to meet Billy the Kid. And they're like, oh, that's the Billy dude. It's just a lot of fun. Last night we did go out and start a trilogy. Should we say what trilogy it is? I reckon we should, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We went and we're watching the Dark Knight trilogy in cinema. Big call out to the Samsung cinema in the entertainment quarter of Sydney, where the whole screen is an OLED screen. There's no projector. It's just an OLED screen. It's unbelievable. And I think it's the best quality picture I've ever seen in a cinema. It was fucking it's gorgeous. It's
going to be very interesting to see. Well, so I think the next one we'll see is Dark Knight Rises, but I'm very keen to see something like Tenet on it, like a brand new release.
Yeah.
Where it just has the most kind of crisp visual fidelity, because I think Dark Knight Rises, they went back and upscaled to 4K or whatever, and so I think to watch a film in native 4K or whatever, even if that makes a difference, I'm actually not entirely sure, but it's just going to be because even watching Batman Begins, a film which is just impossible to believe that it's 15 years old, insane. Even watching a film that old, it looked so good.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
So, yeah,
it was crisp. We'll get all into that, as you said. Next week we'll be doing a trilogy review, so we'll be getting all into that. Dools, we also ventured out to the cinema to go watch 12 Angry Men, my all-time favourite film. It was your first time viewing it. I love this film, and watching it again, it's just reaffirms why it's my favourite film of all time. The best script I've ever heard or watched or experienced. I'll leave it all to you in terms of your review of this. But that's what I've watched while I've been playing. What have you been up to?
Yeah, so largely the same pretty much identical actually. Beat Ghost, played it. Not really playing anything else. The next thing is likely Dark Souls 2. So I'll start crushing those sequels. I was pretty keen to go right into it, but Ghost obviously came up, so I had to get into that. But I'll touch base on that next week. And then 12 Angry Men and Batman Begins. So 12 Angry Men, as you mentioned, I hadn't seen it before. Yeah, I was blown away, dude. This is a film that is timeless. I think you said it. The script is exceptional. It's exceptional, and it's very basic in its premise. At its surface, it's just this, this deliberation between, as the title suggests, 12 angry men. These jurors who, they're in this hot, sweaty room, which just adds, really, you can tell adds to the just the angst and the frustration of all of them, and it's just this impeccable. It's not really a courtroom drama because there's not this back and forth with lawyers and prosecutors and whatnot. But it's similar in the sense that you've got someone proposing their line of argument, and you have these rebuttals and so forth, and you just have this really fascinating back and forth between all these perspectives. And yeah, it's just really impeccably written. You really don't see films like that these. I mean, something that comes close in terms of like, a base like human conversation and really an examination of just human beings talking with each other. I'd say like one that comes to mind is Hateful Eight, where it's 90% of that film is just talking, but it's so
I'd
good.
say
Like,
Locke
the script
as well.
the script is so good.
Yeah.
Um,
Locke as well. Tom Hardy's Locke.
yeah, Locke, but I think like Hateful Eight just more resonant because it's an ensemble as well. So,
No, of course.
but and there's a lot of back and forth with different characters at any given time. So, I don't think. I mean, Hateful Eight. I love Hateful Eight. I don't know if it holds a candle script wise to this. I mean, this is like next level for me. But yeah, it's one of those timeless films, man. I mean, like you like it. I don't know what I think it was like. Came out in mid-50s or something. Like you wouldn't know it, except for the fact that it's obviously dated in its appearance. But like, there's nothing really about. I mean, I guess there's maybe one or two things which make it show its age. But really, other than that, it's just an exceptional film through and through. So yeah, I completely understand why it's your favorite of all time.
Yeah, it's exceptional. I'm very relieved that you think that as well, Dools. Yeah, no, I love that movie, and I think that
What would have been your reaction if I just straight up said, "Yeah, I don't like it. It's crap."
This podcast would cease. There'd be some words that would have had backstains.
Maybe I should have said that. No.
But I reckon that's the perfect way to view it for the first time. A movie made in 1957 when we watched it in a really old style cinema. Like that's the perfect
Yeah.
way.
We were saying as we were walking in, so we saw it at Cremorne Orpheum. Like maybe Sydney's oldest cinema. I'm not positive about that, but maybe one of the Palace ones is. But straight up, like on the opening day of the actual film, 70 odd years ago, people would have been watching it in the exact same cinema we did, which is awesome. So
it's so sick.
Yeah.
So tight, Dools. Until then, Dools, give us a jingle for the news of the week.
It's news of the week.
Nice. All right, we've got 6 items on the agenda, Dools. There's nothing really bad. We've actually got a pretty good, positive news list, which is a fucking change. I like putting in a bit of bad there. I like putting in a bit of bad there. Every now and then you need to hear a good old Disney charging $40 for Milan story. Dools, let's go chronologically top down. John Wick 5 has been greenlit, and it's officially announced that John Wick 4 and 5 are being filmed back to back. What do you think of this?
Mate, music to my ears.
Unreal.
Yeah, just fucking fantastic news. I'm not. Yeah, so they confirmed 4, but 5 had not been confirmed. I think like once I saw 3 and once I saw the ending, it was like, okay, clearly there's still more to this story. Like I was going into 3 thinking like, oh, this is probably a trilogy, and then maybe there'll be spin-offs or whatever, but maybe John Wick's journey might come to an end here. But I'm like, I don't know, bro. It's on like a Fast and Furious trajectory, where it's like it seems to be getting better and better and just crazier and crazier. So I'm all in, man. I'm all in.
This will be sick, and it also shows that they're not going to have a really. I reckon 4 and 5, it's them going up against the high table, and they're not going to really rush it as well. It's going to be. I reckon 5 is going to be an all-out war.
I think they've developed on the lore that they established in the first one. Like as much as I think I might always love the first one the most, just because of the precedent it's set, and I don't know, it established itself from scratch, and it was just so impressive. But I mean, 2 and 3, visually and action choreography, wise, are probably superior films. But 1 is just so impressive, just because of it started from nothing. But how they've developed on the lore and expanded on it, I think it's been done really well. It could have been overkill by this point, but I'm still like really intrigued by everything that's going on. So, like the second they introduced Martin Lawrence, Jesus Christ, Lawrence Fishburne's character,
Martin Lawrence,
and like the pigeon mask or whatever, I was like, holy fuck, dude, we're going down the rabbit hole with this shit.
Oh, so good.
Let's go. So
When you cut
yeah,
the king, you better cut deep.
yeah, bro, fucking hell. So I'm very keen, and they'll come out at a point where it's just like it'll have been like 2 years since, maybe even I think 2021 is when we're expecting 4 or 2022.
Yeah, it was
maybe.
supposed to be 2020, but now it's 2021. I mean, sorry, no, sorry. It was
No, definitely not, man.
2021. It was supposed to be 2021, so I'm thinking of next year. 2021, but now it's 2022. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so it'll have been exactly 2 years since then. I'll hold off from rewatching them until then, so I can just have a little binge and they'll be fresh in my mind. Yeah, perfect timing.
They're so good. I rewatched them about 6 months ago, and they're like all three of them back to back to back are so good. Oh man, they're the perfect action movies that are made in modern day. Like I don't think there's any other.
Would you say that John Wick is now Keanu's iconic role as opposed to another one?
Yeah, I would. I think he's made more good John Wick movies, and he's made more good Matrix movies.
I think The Matrix as a film will always be more prolific and always be a bigger pop culture kind of icon. Yep. But I think John Wick maybe transcends Neo at this point.
He's insane. And bloody Marvel, get him onto something. Just get Keanu
Oh my
Reeves,
god!
like
fucking hell, you gotta lock him down.
He put asses in seats.
Before fucking DC cast him as some fucking terrible one-note villain. You gotta lock him down. Like
they did with Dwayne. We'll be talking about that in just a minute, Dools. But going on to some more superhero stuff. Rocksteady's new Suicide Squad game has announced with a tweet. The title hasn't been fully announced, but the IP the URL domain has been bought for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. What do you think of this? I loved the tweet. I love the picture. I think it looks sick.
Yeah, the poster is very. I love the logo. I love the use of, and the logo definitely implies the league title is indeed correct because it's a very clever logo design. I loved it. It was like this. It was Superman kind of like standing, facing the other direction. You don't see his face. Although if you look closely at him, there's something bit fucked up about him. I mean, people are theorizing already, and his skin looks cracked as well on the side of his face. So people are theorizing already that it's actually Bizarro or something, and maybe Bizarro is a member of the Suicide Squad, which would be nuts. I don't know a ton about that character. All I know is that he's like some fucking anti-Superman or whatever. But so that could be a thing. But yeah, the logo design's very cool because it's like Suicide Squad, the words, overlapping each other as like crosshairs on Superman's head. So It's like it definitely really implies it's going to be a Suicide Squad versus Justice League kind of game, and where you are the Suicide Squad, and I love that. I love the idea so much.
We don't know much about this game as of yet, but there is a massive rumor that it's going to be like a Avengers or a Destiny style game where it's ongoing. Where at first we're a bit worried. Like when you did tell me that, we were both pretty worried. But then you think about it, like Rocksteady has never done anything to warrant us doubting them. Whatever they do, they're going to do it amazingly. Like there's no doubt about that. Is Suicide Squad the best platform to do something like this of? I wouldn't say so, but I'm open to being convinced, and I'm sure Rocksteady will be able to convince us.
I think it's the smart move because now you have clearly differentiated yourself from Marvel, who went the safe route, went Avengers. Now DC could have easily done Justice League, but they're like, no, let's fucking mix it up. Let's have you play as an ensemble team of villains. I think it's a pretty ballsy move. Like Suicide Squad definitely doesn't have the same kind of brand resonance as Justice League. So I think, I think Rocksteady does. It's going to be marketed to hell as from the creators of the Arkham franchise, and that's all they need.
Totally. Well, they did say that they'll show more at DC Fandom, which is in a couple of weeks, August 22nd, I believe. And that's on to my next point, Dools. Thank you for that old segue. DC Fandom is this month. I want to ask you, Dools, what do you think is going to be shown? Like, we're definitely going to get some Suicide Squad versus the Justice League, if that's what it's called, or Kills the Justice League. We're going to get probably some of Zack Snyder's Justice League. We're going to get Black Adam, maybe some Suicide Squad. Do you think we'll see Gotham City Knights? The Warner Brothers
Montreal game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're still going to use the Arkham name. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to see a sneak peek. From what I understand, Suicide Squad, I don't think we should expect gameplay, from what I understand.
No, it'll probably be like a minute-long trailer. We're not going to see it for a long, long time.
Yeah. I think Batman, maybe we get a gameplay demo, possibly. I'm not sure. But, yeah, so I'm hoping we get a sneak peek of Matt Reeves, the Batman. I think they've probably shot enough stuff that they can put together a little teaser. I don't think Black Adam started production, has it? Like, will they have they shot a single thing?
Well, they might come out and talk about it. Like, they might, The Rock might come on to, like, a Skype call.
Concept art and shit.
Yeah.
Like, is probably what we'll get for that. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's cool. I guess we'll see. I think we're definitely getting a full-blown proper trailer of James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Which will be awesome.
Which
I'm really excited about that.
Very intrigued. So I think, and that's probably going to tie in nicely with the game. It looks like they're on a similar release trajectory, and I think they could help out each other in terms of exposure. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe we get an update on Aquaman 2, Flash, Shazam 2, and whatever the fuck else is. I mean, I don't know if we need another Wonder Woman trailer. They'll probably give it to us anyway.
Yeah,
what I would pie in the sky stuff has for me, I would actually love for Henry Cavill to come out or whatever, pop up on a Skype call and just be like, Man of Steel 2 is in development. I'd love that.
Zack Snyder behind it?
Not necessarily, but maybe executive producing or whatever. Yeah, sure.
I want to give you
kind of imply that Zack is not done, or maybe Zack comes out and says like, Justice League. My Justice League is just the beginning. We're starting again, kind of thing. I don't think that will happen, but that would be cool.
I want to give you a name, Dools. Let's say it comes up. Man of Steel 2 is officially happening. Executive producers Zack Snyder, Chris Nolan, directed by David Fincher. Like, how
Are you
amazing!
Fucking nuts!
How amazing!
Directed by David Fincher.
That'd be sick.
You really want David Fincher to waste his time on a fucking Superman movie? Come on,
dude. For sure he would.
David Fincher and Superman. I don't know about that. I mean, that's interesting.
He's a dark.
I feel like
man.
David Fincher and Batman, dude. That's what I want to see.
That would be cool. I fucking love Ben Affleck's directed Batman.
Yeah, Chris Nolan is not coming back to DC.
They put him on for executive producing on Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman.
I don't think he was involved with BVS. He was executive producer on Man of Steel.
He was.
That's correct. I think that's just because I think he just consulted with Zach on stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I don't know. Is anything else confirmed? What are you expecting / hoping to see?
No, exactly what you said. The one thing I'm really hoping to see is a full-blown trailer for the Suicide Squad, James Gunn. I'm a pretty decent-sized Suicide Squad fan in terms of the comics, and pretty let down with the movie with David Ayer. I don't want to see that fucking director's cut. There's nothing that can be done with that, Dools. There is nothing that can be done with that. Let's just leave that be.
Yeah, please leave that dead horse alone. Just leave it alone.
There is no chance that we're getting a director's cut of that fucking
Dude, the circumstances surrounding... I mean, we've fucking talked about this ad nauseum, but the circumstances surrounding that film compared to Justice League are completely different.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder suffered an incredibly terrible family loss. David Ayer just directed a bad movie. That's all it is. And wants a retry. He literally wants to hit retry.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Nah.
Not happening. Not happening at all. But yeah, we'll see in 2 weeks. Sure, we'll do a breakdown when that comes out. But after that, Dools. Next up on the agenda, Dools. Jason Bateman is to direct Superworld. You shot me this story today. It's a story about a world full of superheroes with one man without powers. It's been written by the guy that did Game Night, which sounds amazing. I really hope Jason Bateman actually stars in it. I'm not sure. I didn't read that if he was starring it or not. I know he's directing it, but Jason Bateman, obviously a great director. He did Ozark. He did a lot of episodes of Ozark, and he's a brilliant director. So I've got
He's
absolutely no
also
doubts.
so I think he won an Emmy for one of his Ozark directed episodes, and he's up for another one for his work on The Outsider, which is really good.
The Outsider. So I still need to watch that. Is it worth my time?
It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Nice. All right. Well, it takes a lot for me to get into shows, and apparently the next show I need to watch is Dark on Netflix. Apparently Dark
Yeah,
is
I hear
amazing.
good things about that. It's just 10 episodes though, and then you're done.
That's true. This idea, Superworld, sounds awesome. Sounds really, really
It's
cool.
such a good idea. When I was reading it, I was like, wait a second, surely this has been done before. I think the only one that comes a little close is
The Boys?
kind of. Well, not really. No, I was thinking of. Do you remember that old Disney movie Sky High?
Oh, yeah. Like, 100%.
Yeah, which is actually
Kurt
really
Russell.
fun. It's not bad. Not bad.
Kurt
movie.
Russell is the principal.
Kurt Russell. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only big name. Yeah, so I think it reminds me a little bit of that. I think, dude, I hope Jason Bateman is also starring as this lead as well, because the idea of Jason Bateman, just his deadpan, kind of sarcastic humor, being the only fucking person in the entire world who doesn't have superpowers, you can just imagine him being like, "Fuck this,
Yeah,
fuck this."
exactly.
I think he'd be fucking perfect. It sounds like a hilarious film. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on this.
Yeah, 100%. Very, very keen. Dools, second last point on the agenda. Xbox Series X is basically confirmed with the leaked controller box. On the box, it says that it's compatible for Xbox Series X/S. This is a long-standing rumor that it's like almost definitely confirmed that like there's literally no point in trying to hide this anymore. There's definitely going to be a digital version.
I think it was The Verge that reported it and confirmed. They didn't confirm they obviously can't confirm the Series S is real, but they're like, yeah, the controller's real. And so I think it also confirms that the S is... So the Series S will be a white box and the X black, as we already know. So, yeah, there you go.
I'm going to get the S, I think.
Same, dude. I think, and just like with Game Pass and everything, it's really smart move, because it's like I'm literally never going to buy a disc for it.
Yeah.
I don't... Yeah, so...
It's gonna look tidy in my entertainment center as well, especially with PS5 being white as well. I'm definitely. I know you sent me a. It's not really confirmed if it's official, but there's a photo online of a black PS5.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of getting a new TV stand and probably might go a white one. So I think the white PS5 might complement that more. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
same. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go with that as well, which will be awesome. Speaking of PS5 Dools, the PlayStation State of Play was last week. Did you have a chance to watch it? If not, all good, because I got some summary notes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I basically did. I watched the trailers that they put out. I didn't watch the actual presentation. But I mean, was there much talking in between? I think it was just trailer after trailer, wasn't
It
it?
was basically just trailer after trailer with a voiceover.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Thanks for coming to PlayStation State of Play. That's literally it. We'll go through it. It was a bit lackluster, but it did have some good points. Start off with Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Game looks great. I feel like they spent a little bit too long on it. They did really point out that there's heaps of skins.
5.5 minute trailer. It's like,
Yeah.
guys, it's Crash Bandicoot. Like, we already know what's going on after the first 30 seconds.
They did really nail down that there's heaps of skins and there is no microtransactions, which is great.
That's because everyone gave them hell for... You know what they did with Crash Team Racing? They launched the game without microtransactions, said, yeah, no microtransactions, not happening. And then sneakily, I think a couple months after launch, they added them.
Really?
And, yeah, just really fucking sneaky. Anyway.
That's very sneaky.
Activision for you.
Big old shout out that you can play as Dingo Dial as well in this in Crash 4, so I'm very keen with that. Hitman 3, they showed VR gameplay, which looked cool. Looked a bit gimmicky though, if I'm being honest. I've never actually... I haven't owned a VR games headset. I'm not sure if I'm close to buying one. Maybe with PS5, we'll see. But you have to really convince me to get one. But yeah, it looks cool. Then they showed the Braid Anniversary Edition is coming out. I'm probably going to get this. This looks awesome. Looks fully HD, like built from the ground up again. Looks beautiful. It's a puzzle
Did you play
adventure.
the original Braid?
I played it. I didn't finish it.
What kind of game is it? I've always heard about it. I actually never played it.
It'd be your type of fucking game, Dools. Like it's it's a puzzle adventure. You can manipulate time. It's beautiful as well. Like it's like a pixel art sort of like Castlevania sort of game.
Ooh, all right.
Gotcha. Duels, next up, they showed The Pathless. I think this looks sick. PS5 game, it's about an archer, it's an action-adventure, sort of, all these puzzles as well. Very Zelda-like game, comes out in 2020, this year. I'm very keen for that, it looks sick. You saw the trailer for this?
Yeah, I got all kinds of vibes from it. I was like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of Zelda here. I'm even getting a hint of Shadow of the Colossus, just because like the barren, empty nature of the world, and you going up against these kind of weird creatures and stuff. But it looks very interesting. I'll look at that. It sounds like it might be a launch title as well.
Yeah, which I'll be so keen for. They showed Spelunky 2. I tried Spelunky 1, wasn't for me. Have you ever played Spelunky?
I think I tried it at one point. Yeah, it wasn't really for me either.
It's definitely got an audience. It's just not us. They showed Genshin Impact, which looks like Code Vein or Scarlet Nexus. You said that it's like a Breath of the Wild clone, which could be awesome. I'll be waiting for previews and reviews for that to see if I'm going to get into it, just to know exactly what it's like. Next up, they showed Eon Must Die, which is an arcade fighting game. It looked okay. It looked really lackluster, unfortunately, as well as the next game, Anno Mutationum. It's a weird word. Mutatium, I think. It looked cool. It looked very like a side scroller cyberpunk themed game, which looked like it just was half baked. It didn't look that good. I was kind of really unsold on it. But Duels, they went on to one of the most anticipated titles of this generation to come. The one and only Bugsnax is coming out, Duels. They revealed the story, gave you a bit of a story trailer. You're a journalist that's investigating the Bugsnax Island, or the Bugsnax Village, also known as Snaxbury. And Duels, tell you what, this game looks amazing. What do you think of Bugsnax?
If this turns out, the theory is that this could secretly be a horror game. If that's actually true, dude, I'm fucking in. 'Cause that just sounds fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it does.
This unsuspecting kind of like Pixar-esque looking game about catching bugs that resemble fucking different types of food. And then it turns out, and then they maybe fucking turn on you or something and becomes like a fucking game of cat and mouse and you're running from these monstrosities. Yeah, I don't know. Has potential. But I don't know. Yeah, I had a quick look at the gameplay. It's like like you're setting traps and stuff. You're taking photos of them. Like, I don't know. What's the fucking hook here? What do you like? What?
They're Bugsnax. They're Bugsnax.
Yeah, but what? All right.
The Duels. It's Bugsnax. Whoa.
How's moving on?
Next up, they got the VR game for Vader Immortal. This looks awesome. You're playing as Darth Vader. Very exactly what you think it is. Star Wars VR game looks sick, though. This is the type of game that would make me want to get a VR set.
There's a few VR games, and I imagine we'll have a ton to catch up on if we do get PSVR 2 with PS5. But there are a couple on there now that make me wish I fucking had one. Like, apparently the Iron Man VR game is actually really good. That's what I'm hearing.
It looks awesome as well.
Playing as Vader in VR would be sick. I mean, games like Super Hot, Beat Saber, I hear great things. And even though it's stuck on PC, I'm sure it will come to PSVR at some point. But the new Half-Life game is meant to be unbelievable. So, some good stuff coming to VR. And then, I mean, it was first leaked, well, not leaked, but I mean, I guess mentioned in that Bloomberg report that talked about PS5 production all the way back in like March. Or basically like PSVR 2 is an investment Sony is making. So, I mean, yeah, they're still pretty serious about VR.
Yeah, well, 100% if they do it well. They produce titles like Vader Immortal and Iron Man VR. you've almost definitely got my money. Like, I'm willing to give it a try as long as it's a reasonable price. Next up, Duels, they showed the next expansion for Control called Ore. Looks awesome. Really, really cool. It's got a collaboration with Alan Wake is in it. The voiceover of Alan Wake looks really, really cool. At the end, next up, they showed some gameplay for Auto Chess. Not for us. It's not for us. There's a lot of lackluster. I'm just going to skim over a lot of titles that are just like...
no.
Pedestrian, which is a side-scroller type game with paper. It actually looks like a lot of fun. I like a good puzzle game, and looks puzzle game where you can move pieces of paper and a character goes between each piece of paper. Looks pretty cool. Hood, Outlaw, and Legends. It's a team-based Assassins game. So think of it like Rainbow Six Siege, but with like medieval assassins.
This looked pretty interesting. And this came out of nowhere. This was I think the only brand new announcement of a game, or a world premiere at least of a game, from what I understand. Everything else had been already shown before in some capacity. But so that was pretty cool.
Or Braid Anniversary Edition hadn't been shown before, but like of new games,
well, I mean,
though. New games 100%
fair enough. So that, and we got I think very brief look at in-game footage of that as well, and I don't know that I actually didn't know it was team-based. I mean, I got the vibe that I did guess it might be co-op just from the trailer, but I didn't know for certain. So it's pretty interesting. I'll keep an eye out, on that one.
Nice. And two more. They got Temtem, which is a Pokemon battle type game. It's all online and is 100% not for us. Just doesn't look appealing to us.
I'm telling you right now, bro, like Pokemon need, like, I mean, that is something that blows my mind that they haven't like done yet, like a fully online MMO with Pokemon. Like, I just feel like that would make them just an absurd amount of money, and it looks like someone's trying to beat them to the punch here with their own kind of IP. So yeah, I think if I'm thinking of the correct one, I think like this is already kind of big on PC, but so yeah, we'll see. I think like it was about time there was to be a Pokemon clone of some kind, and to get a slot in a PlayStation event, it's pretty interesting.
Very interesting, Duels. And they finished up on a big gameplay demo of Godfall, the looter slasher is what they call it. Gearbox Studios, famous for all the Borderlands games. The combat looter, everything unlocked with gameplay as well was a massive thing. I feel like they say this time and time again. No microtransactions. Everything is unlocked through gameplay, which is awesome. The game looks cool. I feel like it's one of those games you need to play it to be really hooked. It's definitely interesting, but I'll need to see more before I'm actually sold on it.
Yeah, I like the idea of a Destiny type game with like almost God of War / Dark Soulsy combat. It does. I'm actually a little interested in it. So we'll see. I don't know if it's definitely a launch title, and I think it's gonna fucking be huge just because of that. And I think it's exclusive as well to PS5 as well. But yeah, I'll be interested. I think I'll check reviews and all that, and won't be an immediate purchase. But I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, well, I'm curious about it. I'm not completely sold on it, but I love Gearbox, so I'll still probably buy it because I'm a big Gearbox fan. But from what it seems, I'm sure it's amazing. I just feel like it's one of those games you need to play to get hooked on. But that's the end of State of Play Duels. Bit lackluster, but I feel like they're getting a lot of filler away from a bigger event that's to come in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Where we get a fucking price and a pre-order. We can pre-order the old PS5 Duels, hopefully. Fucking, it's keeping me in the limbo. I wake up in bloody cold sweats every night with knowing that I haven't pre-ordered the PS5 yet, Duels.
Oh, mate, yeah.
But until next time, Duels, let's get into Trivia Tuesday on a Wednesday. Give me a jingle.
You just said the jingle has. You nailed it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Duels, as we lead up to Tenet, I feel like I've already done this topic, but I'm done different questions for it now. We lead up to Tenet. We're going through the festival of Christopher Nolan. So, Duels, welcome to Nolanverse Trivia Edition. Are you ready?
I am.
Duels, question number 1 of Christopher Nolan trivia. Andy Serkis plays a role in which Christopher Nolan film?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Wow. Okay.
What's going through your head? Take us through it.
Okay, he's not in Memento. I'm kind of lingering on Insomnia because he does not stick out in. He's not in none of the Batman movies. He's not in. Wait, is he in Inception? No, he's definitely not in Dunkirk. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird. I feel like it could have been like an early film where he wasn't a big actor, and because I feel like why would he be relegated to this unknown role in one of these later movies? And definitely not in Interstellar. Inception, I feel like he could have snuck in there. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
I'm going to give you a 5 count, Dolls. 5.
Oh shit! Is
4,
it Prestige?
3, 2, 1.
I'm going to say Insomnia has.
Is that your final answer, Dolls?
It is.
It's incorrect. It was The Prestige.
Fuck. Who was he again? Was he?
He was a guy
Tesla
named
or-
Ali. No, Tesla is David Bowie.
Yeah. Not Edison, obviously either.
Yeah, he's a guy named Ali.
Was Edison? Yeah.
That's his character name. Moving on, Dolls.
Obscure.
Moving on.
Obscure. All right.
Question number 2. What is the name of Matt Damon's character in Interstellar? Here you go. Give it to me.
That would be Dr. Man.
I'll take it. I had Man. How many N's would you give Man, Dolls?
That's 2.
Okay, good. Just making sure. You know what? It doesn't give you an extra point, but it gives you an extra point of respect. Dolls, question number 3. Carrie Ann Moss plays Natalie, a bartender with a dark side, in what film? Carrie Ann Moss plays Natalie, a bartender with a dark side, in what film? Take us through your thoughts, Dolls.
Well, this one has to be Insomnia. Because, or could it be Memento?
It could. Well, I don't know.
Sorry. Carrie Ann Moss is the actress, not
Yes.
the name of the character. Oh, Memento. Yep.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Dolls, you were 2 from 3. That is correct. Put it up on the scoreboard, Dolls. Put it up. Question number 4, Dolls. In Batman Begins, a film we saw last night,
This will be
Rachel
fucked up
says
if
to
I get it wrong.
Batman. Rachel says to Batman, "Wait, you must die. Just tell me your name." How does Batman respond?
Sorry, did you say wait, you must die or wait?
You might die.
Yes, okay.
Wait, you might die. Just tell me your name. How does Batman respond? I need it to be perfect, by the way. I need it to be perfect.
It's not who you are underneath, but what you do. It's what you do that defines you.
Is that your final answer?
It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you. It's not who you are underneath. It's what you... Yeah.
This is going to kill you, and you're going to be unhappy. That's incorrect. That's what Rachel says to Bruce earlier. And she goes, wait, you might die. Just tell
That
me your
defines
name.
me. Defines me.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. Incorrect, Dolls. Jeez, I thought you would have fucking got that. That was an easy one.
Oh, well, all right. But I mean, come on.
I put some curlers in here now that you're not going to be happy about. Dolls, question number 5.
I'm going to fucking slam you next week now. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I don't care.
I fucking did. I gave you so many hints last week. Never again.
You know what, Dolls? I'll give it to you because it was close enough, okay? Jeez.
No. I don't want it, Has. Don't worry. I got the rest. Don't give me the point. It's all right.
All right.
I don't
Question
want
number
your pity.
5. In Inception, what is the phrase used to describe the occupation of Cobb and Arthur?
Fuck me. Wait, of who?
Cobb and Arthur, which is Leonardo and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Cobb and Arthur. Can I get the point for one word?
Yes. There's two words. No.
What?
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna get. I should have said. Is this your final answer? What they're hired to do. It's an occupation.
Yeah, that.
Being a dream architect is part of it.
Oh, well, that's not the actual name.
No, they use this phrase.
Oh fuck.
It's a type. It's a genre of film that we would liken The Winter Soldier to. That's one of the words.
Okay.
That's one of the words.
So I'm going to say... Okay, architect's not one of them. Okay, is it mind, dream or mind? Okay, I'm going to say, like, dream espionage.
I'm going to give you the point, all right? Because it is espionage,
Yeah.
but it's corporate espionage.
Corporate espionage.
Because they're hired by
Maybe give me a
businessmen
half point. I don't know if I deserve that, to be honest.
All right, I'm giving you a half point. No worries. Dools, question number 6. I'll take an answer of one either side, all right? How many Oscars has Nolan been nominated for? He hasn't won any, but how many has he been nominated for?
Wait, he hasn't won a single one?
No. And in saying this, there are movies or movie where he's been nominated for something as well as Best Picture. That counts as 2.
Okay. We need to establish this.
Yep.
Are we just talking about Best Director in Picture?
No, he's done other he's been nominated for something else as well.
Well, like what, costume and stuff?
No, anything that he would have to take the speech for.
Well, what would it be other than Director in Picture?
You tell me.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If you want the hint, I'll tell you that.
Bro, there's you would not know this off the top of your head. You just wouldn't.
I would have to guess this. I'd have to break it down. But best. He's been nominated in. I'll say this. He's been nominated in 3 categories.
You need a remarkable memory to know exactly how many Oscars Dark Knight, for example, was nominated.
He's been nominated for 3 Oscars. Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I guess he would get up for it, but I don't know if he's ever the script. I mean, he does the story. He's never been behind the screenplay though. But all right, fair enough. Yeah, I'm going out on a limb here. I'm going to say 7.
Is that your final answer, Dools?
Yeah,
it's incorrect. 5 is the answer. So what he was nominated for was Best Picture for Dunkirk, Best Director for Dunkirk, Best Picture for Inception, Best Original Screenplay for Inception, Best Original Screenplay for Memento. That was what he's nominated for. Unfortunate, Dools, but you win some, you lose some.
This is pretty tough trivia, Has.
Hopefully you get back on this one though, Dools. Question number 7. 2 Nolan films have grossed over $1 billion. What are they? Break it down.
I'm going to say Dark Knight Rises and Inception. Final answer.
Dools, no. You're incorrect. It's
Dark Knight Rises. Is it Rises?
I'll give you
Rises and Interstellar?
I'll give you half a point, okay? Do you want to... Okay, I'm going to give you a chance here. You can gamble that half a point and answer again, or you can keep the half a point.
I don't think there's any world in which it was Dunkirk. It has to have been... I don't think Dark Knight cracked it.
Do you want to keep the half point? Are you a gambling man?
Interstellar. Did Interstellar do it? Man, I really would have guessed Inception. It's Rises and Interstellar.
Are you gambling your point?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Holy shit.
Dark Knight Rises and Dark Knight.
Really?
Both grossed over $1 billion.
I thought Dark Knight was like 800 or 900 mil.
No, it got 1.03. And
Well,
Dark Knight Rises got
well,
1.08.
Good.
Fuck me, dolls. Jesus. Question 8.
Dude, Inception was huge though.
It
I'm
was.
surprised by
2
that.
point. Question 8. Whilst everyone thinks that Nolan's first film is Memento, he actually directed a 70-minute black and white feature in 1998. What was it called?
It's weird because I remember looking this up not long ago. There's absolutely no way I remember the name though. Oh, it has. My trivia is going to be so unforgiving next week.
To confirm, while you're thinking, to confirm, Inception got 830 million. So it was close to Bill. But yeah, sorry, continue. Whilst everyone thinks that Nolan's first film is Memento, he actually directed a 70-minute black and white feature in 1998. What was it called? This was the only film that he directed before Memento.
Yeah, I got no idea, man.
It's a film called Following. Yeah. Unfortunately. Dools, sorry. Dools, you're definitely going to get at least one of these next two right. You should get both of them, but you're definitely going to get at least one of these next two. I swear to Christ. Question number 9, Dools. Insomnia takes place in which US state?
Which state?
Think about Insomnia.
You're asking me to guess. So this is literally a 1 to 51.
It's not.
Here.
Have you seen Insomnia?
I have, but I mean, not in a fucking while.
Well, what's the things that you remember about where they are? Is it hot? Is it cold?
I mean, that doesn't narrow it down.
Yes, it does. It 110% does.
It narrows it down, but I mean, there's still so many. I'm just Insomnia.
What's a major snowy US state, Dools?
Okay, well, that's triggered something. I'm still not positive. I'll go for... Just based off your logic there. And oh, wait. No, is that a state?
What is?
Oh.
Your answer's not counted until I say final answer. So
yeah, I'm torn between two.
What are your two?
I'm going to go Colorado.
What was the other one?
I don't know. Utah? But I don't even know. I'm going to go...
It's incorrect. I'm afraid, Dools. Alaska is the correct answer. Alaska. Sorry, Dools.
Colorado, classic skiing spot in the winter, but yeah, sure. No, Alaska's the only cold state. You're right.
Well, it narrows it down, dude. It narrows it down, definitely.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be merciless next week. Merciless.
Question 10, Dools. To end the quiz on the Nolan verse, why do we fall, Master Dools? I'll take a general answer, alright? I'll fucking take a general answer.
So we can pick ourselves back up.
The quote, so we can learn to pick ourselves back up, but I'll take it, Dools, because...
I'm fucking out of here.
Because Alfred does say so we can pick ourselves up later on in the film. Good work, Dools. So you got Man, you got Memento. I'll give you a point for the quote that he says to Rachel, because it was basically it. I'll give you half a point for corporate espionage. I'm going to let you keep the point for Dark Knight Rises, the half point there. And then I'll give you a point for that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10. Not bad, Dools. Not bad. How do you feel?
I mean, that was very obscure. And I'm starting to think I shouldn't have been so lenient on you next week with my hints. So lesson learned. That's all right, Hads. Look, I'm not one to hold grudges, but
I thought that was an
you
easy
you brought
one.
something out of me.
Yeah.
No, it's good fun. It's good fun.
Dools, close us off.
It's been the More Cops and Duty podcast. Each and every week, come to you with a fresh new pod on on a Wednesday to get you over that midweek hump. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Podbean, and all your relevant podcast services. I'm Dools. Haz is Haz. You are you. And we're out.